Good evening and welcome to the Down Under Marketing Mastermind call for the 7th of July. Tonight we're going to go through the Down Under Marketing pages and sites and how to use them properly. So I'll start by showing you where they all are first. Hang on. We have our Facebook fan page, which is, you can find it by typing Down Under Marketing or Down Under Digital, and you'll probably find it comes up under both. If you go through and like it, then I can add you to the admin or add you as an editor so that you can put posts on here and updates. As you can see, I've posted on here. Sandra's got one on there. We haven't had much going on lately. I've posted another one. Sandra's posted another one. Neen's got one there. But this is probably a better platform for sharing your blogs and stuff as opposed to in our group page, because you'll get more interaction. I mean, in theory you should get more interaction on here, and it's the general public can see this, whereas on our group page they can't, because it's a private group. This is open for anyone to see. And what I'll say is, on this page we don't have any promoting buy my stuff type posts. You share your blog posts and YouTube videos. You probably share your 90-day challenge if they're all right, or if you feel you're up to sharing them with the public. And the next thing we'll have a look at is the Down Under Marketing website. And again, we have the home page, which has our blogs on it, and we can go older posts just like any other people can post on here. But to be able to post on here, I will need your email address, a username and a password so I can load you on as a user, and then you'll get an email with telling you you've been put on as a user. So then you can go in and set up your profile and start posting. But the way this works is, if I go back, what I do is when I post a blog post on my website, I take a short version and post it on here with a read more down the bottom. So that's part of the blog. If I click the read more, it takes me through to my website where it's got the full blog. And you might notice I use different pictures, and I've changed the wording a bit so that you don't get duped. I mean, what do they call it? Duplicated content or whatever. So yeah, when I do a blog, I write a blog on my website. Then I go to Down Under Marketing, and I post a short version on there with a link to going through to my blog post. Then what I do is I take this link.
Are you still there, Robbie?
Yep. Yep, I'm here. Can't you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we're losing you. Something's interfering. Like, you'll be talking, and then we all get static, and we're not sure whether we've lost you or not.
Oh, okay. No, everything seems to be working all right here. Maybe it's when I'm clicking between pages.
When you when you're flicking between pages and scrolling.
Yeah. So I'll just save my talking to when I'm not scrolling and doing stuff.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, when once I've posted on my blog post, I post a short version on here. Then I copy the. So if I go to the post, I copy that link up there, and then I go and visit our Downunder marketing page on G+, and I share it on there. So I write a comment and then paste the link in. So if you click on there, you can write a comment and then add a link and then publish. That actually shares it on Google+. Then you can take your link from Google+, so if you go there, once you've published it on Google+, copy that link and then visit the Downunder marketing fan page and share the link in there. That way you're getting traffic through Facebook and Google+, and it goes to the Downunder marketing page, and it also goes to my blog site or your blog site if you're posting. And then we can actually take it to our Downunder Pinterest page and post it in there. I think I shared it in there somewhere. I can't remember where. But yeah, so yeah, you just go through them all, and that way you're getting your content out there. And then if you've got a business fan page as well, you can go and share it on that page as well. So that way you're creating a whole lot of different links all leading to your website. Oh, and there's one more thing that I have got to our YouTube channel, and this is where I post our Mastermind calls. So that was last week. I think that was the week before. That was 4 weeks ago. So I didn't record one, but they're all. Most of them are downloaded in our YouTube channel. I know that the week that was missing is actually on my website, because on my YouTube channel, because I couldn't get into that site that week. But yeah. So do we have any questions?
I was just wondering, Robbie, with that webinar that you put on your website, because we're having problems getting into the Downunder YouTube channel. Did you want me to download that and then upload it to the Downunder marketing channel?
I can actually put it on the Downunder marketing channel now, because I can access it again. Problem sorted, and I've still got the file on my computer, so I can upload it onto here.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Save me having to worry about downloading it.
Correct. And probably downloading it and uploading it, it'll take longer. When I upload it straight from the file that GoToMeeting sends me, it goes up quite quick. But if I muck around and edit it and do anything to it, it takes ages.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Yvonne had a question while you were going through that. She was like, she she seems only able to log into the DBL via her SFM website. So she has to hit, launch DBL.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of the rest of you have that problem, but I know when I very first set up my DBL, I had to launch it from my SFM back office. Then I had to set up my account. That was the first thing I had to do in DBL. I had to set up my account, and I had to set an email address and a password. What I did was I used the same email address that I used for the SFM account, and I used the same password that I have for my SFM account. And ever since I've done that, I'm able to just go to digitalbusinesslounge.com and log straight in. So, yeah. But, that was the first thing I did. I actually went through the whole account process. I don't know if that's of any help, Yvonne. I mean, if you've already done that, maybe it's because you're trying to use a username and a password, because I made that mistake when I first set up my DBL. I kept trying to use my SFM username. I wasn't actually paying attention, and it's not the username they want. You've got to use your email address. Just little things like that. I don't know if that's of any help. But yeah, that's the first thing you need to do is set up your account in DBL. But yeah, make sure when you're on digitalbusinesslounge.com, if you type that in, use the email address that you have linked to your account in the DBL, and the password that you set up for it. Yeah, don't make the mistake I made and type in your SFM username and bang your head against the brick wall going, why can't I log in? It was actually my 12-year-old granddaughter who pointed out to me. She was standing there looking over my shoulder, and she's like, Nan, that says email. And I'm like, oh, nope. Nope. Well, I don't know if anyone has any more questions, but fire away if you do.
Exactly.
Hang on, I'll just go and get my book, because I did write some questions down for somebody.
Well, go and get them there, Kathleen.
I know I am. I'm going to go back inside because I thought they might be applicable to here.
Hey everyone, it's Jason here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, I just want to. I've just started to go through my Google Plus page and just wanting to get a bit of an understanding exactly what I'm doing with when I share or not share so much. When I connect with people, there's the follow, there's the circle. What exactly should I pardon?
Add to circles?
Yeah, all that. So what should I be actually doing? Should I be just following people, or should I be adding myself to circles, or?
Okay, Jason, have you set up a business page or a personal profile?
Just a personal profile.
Just a personal profile. Okay.
Yep.
The first thing you need to do is understand some people will follow you, some people won't. The best way to get followers on Google+, whether you have a business page or a personal profile, I don't know, some SFM members use a personal profile on G+, as a business page. Not really highly recommended to do that because you can't link it to your website properly to get your analytics and stuff, and keep track of how many people are going from Google Plus to your website and vice versa. But if you're trying to just sort of build a personal profile on Google Plus to start off with, once you've got your profile set up, yes, think about the people you'd like to follow. type in their name, you know, whether it's, you know, Tony Robbins or Stuart Ross, he's on there, Jay Cubisack, the Six-Figure Mentors, you know, I don't know, you may like golf, you know, there might be some golfing, because a lot of sports personalities and celebrities are on G+, sporting clubs and things. So follow what's of interest to you. That's the first thing to do. So just type in the little search bar there something of interest, and then it'll throw up quite a few choices for you. Go through those, click, you know, scroll over them and follow them. Before you go off their page, scroll down through their posts and see what posts attract your interest. Like that post, and if you're inspired enough to do so, leave a comment as well. Even if it's just a short, you know, hello, great post, or, you know, great share, thanks. Google Plus is a very engaging, interactive place. A lot of diehard Google Plus people don't have Facebook pages because they think Facebook is very, they don't like Facebook because a lot of people air their dirty laundry on Facebook. People are nasty on Facebook. They're not friendly. They're not engaging. So they don't like Facebook. So there's quite a few diehards out there. Before you add somebody to your circles, have a look and see how many people they have following them, and have a look and see how many people view their page, and make your decision as to whether or not you want to follow them from there. The first thing to do is to follow people who seem to be getting a lot of interaction on Google+. So, you know, as you're typing in names, have a look and see if they're getting interaction on their posts. You know, see if a lot of people, you know, see if they've got 300, 400, you know, pluses, you know, or likes, whatever you want to call it, but they're called pluses on their post. And if they're along your mindset, same sort of hobbies, same sort of enjoyment, follow them, start interacting with them, and have a look at who they have in their circle, and add a couple of those people as well. You can just set it all up on follow if you want, or you can add new circles, so you can break it down and you can take all your family members and put them just in a circle that says family, so that as you start sharing things, you can pick the circles that you want to share with. Now, when you pick a circle that you want to share with on G+, if you have not included public, that post will only share with that circle. So say I have several different circles. Say I have a post that is relevant to family and close friends. If I don't want the other circles to see that post, I will choose family and close friends circles, and I will only share to those guys. You can break it down so much on Google Plus that you can actually type in a name of a person that you're following and just share it with that one person, and that's shared privately, and that only that person will see that post. I mean, you can see it. When you go to their page, you can see it. But on their page, nobody else can see it but them. That's called sharing privately. But to build up engagement and interaction, share publicly. Even if you've got no followers, choose to share public. Make sure you choose the circle public, because what that will do is that will share your posts in the home feed. And that's another place to find good people to follow as well, is in your home feed of Google. Because it will show you everyone. It'll show you even people that you're not following. And you can follow those people. You can even comment on a post and not actually follow that person, but you can interact on their post. You can like it and comment. You can reply to other people's comments. You can +1 other people's comments. And if you just do that, and you don't have to overdo it like with Facebook, like you don't have to go crazy and do 5 or 6 or 7 a day. You can just do that once a day. Come on to, you know, Google Plus, spend, you know, 10, 15 minutes, put a post up, then have a look at your feed, you know, like a couple of posts that are there. If you like them, share them. share it to your page. And what I did in the beginning, and this is how I built up followers very quickly on my personal profile and how I'm doing it on my business profile, was in the newsfeed. If somebody shared something that had 300, 400, 1,000 likes on it, plus ones on it, and I liked it too, I would like it. I would thank them for sharing it as a comment. If there are any comments in that comment thread that I liked, I would plus one those comments, and then I would share their post on my page. I'd share it to my page with a status update. And in that status update, I'd thank the person who shared it. So say it was a Stuart Ross share, which is very rare, but say it was one of Stuart Ross's, I would share it to my page and I would put thank you, and if you want to tag somebody on Google+, you put a little plus sign and you put their name. And usually if you're following that person, it'll come up. There'll be a little pop-up box like it does with Facebook when you're tagging, and you can choose that person's name, and then that way that will alert that person to your actual page and your post, and that's how you build up viewership on your page. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a bit clearer now. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, so essentially, like the circles are sort of like Facebook. Like if you compare it to Facebook, it's the groups on Facebook, and your followers are then just your normal followers, the individual people.
Well, your circles are a way to segregate people on G+.
Yeah.
So, if you don't want to have a business page, but you're still sharing a little bit of business stuff on your personal page, and you don't want your family and friends to see it because they're not interested in it, you can actually take those few people and put them in their own separate circle, and then not share it with them, and they don't have to see it. Like, they won't be alerted to it. And when you're new on Google Plus and you've got a couple of followers, say you're just starting out and you've only got, maybe 50 or maybe 10 followers or maybe 5 followers. Even if you're first starting out and you've only got 1 or 2 followers, when you share it, down the bottom when it says share, when you finish constructing it and it says share, it will give you the opportunity to email. Tick that email box.
Okay.
Because what that does is those people who are following you, that will pop your post into their email box.
Oh.
So when they go to their email box, your post will actually be in the email box, and they can actually click on that post in their email box.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Have a look at that.
And Yvonne's got a question.
Yep.
I'd like to know what profiles I should be setting up. I assume SFM landing page, personal site, Google+, Facebook, fan pages, Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube channel. Just want to make sure it's all done before I start marketing. Please let me know if I'm missing something, and I'll try to get too many things up ready at once.
Okay, Yvonne. Don't overwhelm yourself. Okay? Don't overwhelm yourself. Pick what you want to do. Now, a lot of people, the first place they go is Facebook, because they hear a lot of other members raving about Facebook, Facebook marketing, Facebook advertising, and that sort of stuff, okay? If you have a marketing budget and you think that you want to apply at least 2 to 3 hours a day studying all the information there about Facebook marketing and how to use Facebook and set up a Facebook business page and market your Facebook business page, then I would say that would be the first place to start. However, if you're not that focused at the moment and you can't dedicate that much time, do not do what 3 other new members have done and jump straight into Facebook just because that's what everybody else was doing. Set up their business page and went out there, did the whole marketing thing, did it incorrectly, and had their accounts suspended. And I'm actually, along with a couple of other guys in the SFM community, trying to help them get out of that pickle, because that will just cause you frustration and negativity. I would suggest the two, if you don't like Facebook or Google Plus and you're really good on Twitter, you have a personal profile on Twitter and you really like Twitter, hey, go for it on Twitter. Use Twitter and get yourself there. If you're a YouTuber and you're doing videos, and videos is going to be a big part of your business, make sure you have your YouTube channel set up how you want it set up, and do it there. The good thing about Google Plus and YouTube, okay, is that Google owns YouTube. If you set up your YouTube channel properly and you're doing videos, even if it's for the 90-day challenge, even if they're just start-off videos, every time you post a video on YouTube, if you set it up correctly, when you're uploading it to YouTube, you'll be in a little editing section for the time being whilst it's uploading. You can choose your thumbnail, you can write your description, and you can choose your tags. There's also a little box that says write a comment. You can choose to write a comment and think about it from this point of view. That comment that you write is going to be the status update that goes with that video that will automatically be posted to Google. Because I see a lot of SFM members doing it. They upload a video straight to YouTube and they don't fill in that comment box. And that video automatically shares on their Google Plus profile, and there's no status with it. There's nothing there to explain to people what video is. Nothing at all. The other, so that's one good option about YouTube. I have YouTube set up so it shares any videos that I upload. It shares them straight to Google and Twitter. And I have Twitter set up so it shares straight to Facebook, so I don't have to worry about Facebook so much. So I go from YouTube, I go to YouTube, and then it just automatically, it's automated and automatically goes to Google Plus and up to Twitter, and Twitter automatically posts it to Facebook for me.
Guys, can I say something?
Dean? Yeah?
Hello. I was just thinking, because especially for the new ones, and I'm sort of, relatively new, I guess, have we, or have you, Sandra, in the past already done some sessions on the different platforms? And maybe we could find a way to let everybody know of what we have done. And if we haven't, maybe that could be something we could do for future ones, like do one on YouTube, do one on Twitter, do one on Pinterest or something.
Yeah, no, we haven't done them in the past. Only just chatting generally.
I've done a little bit about, I've done a little bit about Facebook. A lot of our webinars we've discussed it, but it wouldn't really be that hard for me to get some tutorials together on the different platforms. I've done some very basic tutorials on Facebook concerning your Facebook business pages, as far as, just basic ones, just things like, how to highlight a post, how to use your business page to build up a home feed, and do some free interaction on Facebook to get yourself out there if you can't afford paid marketing. But I haven't really done a lot with Twitter, Google, Pinterest, and that sort of thing. I mean, I used to encourage a lot of newbies to get all of that done straight up off the bat, but I found that they got very overwhelmed because it was taking up a lot of their time.
Because
so
if I can say one... Hello? Sorry. I was just going to say on and Karen, just again, because I'm in a similar situation, but I've been around a little bit longer. Everything that we've been taught, I guess, what we first get told in the training, and something the lovely Marie always tells me, and I don't always listen, is master one thing at a time. So, like Sandra was saying, get in there, and just, if you want to learn Facebook, and not so much the others, because you'll turn out like me, and you'll end up just going around and around in circles, and you won't be getting anywhere very fast. So, if I can say anything about not to do what I do, but don't do what I do, that would be it. So I would just do one thing at a time.
Well, it's something that Stuart says as well. Concentrate on one thing until you're getting 10 leads a day and then move to the next.
Exactly.
And, if you're only using social media, that may be easier said than done. It sounds all well and good, master one thing until you get 10 leads a day, but, in all fairness to Stuart and his videos and what he teaches there, I think he's more talking about that from a marketing point of view and paid marketing as well, and, not really cheap. He's not talking about $5 a week either. He's talking serious marketer point of view. He doesn't care how much a lead costs him as long as it's a good quality lead. Stuart has a mindset of a very professional business person, and he's handled lots of money for a long period of time, so he's very business focused. But yeah, if I would have to suggest anything to newbies, I would probably suggest Facebook, at least be on Facebook, because we have, there are so many groups on Facebook. There's our community, the Down Under community. There's the Six Figure Mentors fan page and the Six Figure Mentors community. A lot of SFM members are on Facebook and easy to contact on Facebook. You have your 90-day video challenge group. You've got your 180-day video challenge group. You've got a gratitude group that's just started up. You've got the Digital Business Lounge group, which I run on Facebook as well, which, I answer questions and pop in tutorial videos in that group. So, at the very least, have a Facebook profile, and so you can, stay up to date with the other members and the groups, join the groups, and keep yourself inspired, motivated, and you'll learn a lot that way as well. You'll pick up hints and tips, because Stuart's about to do some videos for the 90-day video challenge group, and he's going to be posting them in there, and then he's going to do other videos that explains the psychology and the process behind those particular marketing videos, just to help people a little bit more with their video marketing. So keep an eye out for that in the 90-day video challenge. Anyone who's really interested in video marketing and using video to bump their business to the next level, that will definitely be, that there will really be some gold nuggets there. He's actually going to do specific, targeted training on video marketing. You need an authority website. I would definitely say have a Google Plus profile and your Google Plus business page. I would definitely say have your Google Plus business page, because your Google Plus business page, you can link it directly to your website. It gives your website authority, and your website also gives your business page authority as well. With your Google Plus business page will then come your Google Business Tools. So your Google Analytics will automatically be installed onto your Google Plus business page, and you'll be able to track what's going on your website. You'll be able to track what's going on with your Google Plus business page, and you'll be able to track what's going on with traffic to your website. And once you start to learn and understand Google Analytics, you'll even be able to track and see the behavior of people that are visiting your website. But for the basics, you'll get a basic Google Analytics view, which will show you how many, unique new visitors you've got coming to your site each week. So definitely, at the very least, have Facebook, set yourself up a profile on Google Plus. Once you've got your profile set up on Google Plus, you'll see in the menu down the bottom, I think it's about the second from the bottom, it says Pages. Click on that, create yourself a business page. It's very simple, it's very easy to do. You don't even have to stress about building the business page straight off the bat to, phenomenal numbers. You don't have to worry about that, as long as you get the business page up. Let us know if you set up a business page on Google+. I'm on Google+, let me know. Robbie's on Google+, let him know. Nick McKeary, he's on Google+. Kathleen's on Google+. Let us know if you have a business page. Even post the link to your business page in the Down Under group, so that we can all click on each other's business pages and follow each other. that's going to be a great way to get some followers on your page straight off the bat. And the same on Facebook. You know, if you're new and you're setting up a business page on Facebook, let us know. You know, come into the Downunder group. You know, share the link to your fan page. You know, so we can go to your fan page and we can like your fan page and we can, you know, follow some of your posts and give you a little bit of a leg up when you're first starting out. And it really, really does help. Because, you know, like me, I've got like, I think 500 friends on Facebook, all in different niches. And, you know, so if I come along as Sandra Lemming and like your fan page and I like a couple of your posts, and then you do a basic advertising campaign, you know, because I'm one of your fans, you know, it's more than likely that, you know, 80% of my list is also going to see your ad. And when you don't have a lot of fans on your fan page, it's a good way of boosting interaction into, you know, into your fan page. So, you know, don't be afraid to come to our Downunder group and say, hi guys, got a G Plus business page. This is my personal profile. This is my business page. You know, need some followers. I'm happy to follow anyone on G Plus, as long as they're not. As long as their pages aren't racially tended, you know, they're racist, violent, overtly vulgar in language, profanities, pornography, or, you know, anything to do with child violence. I don't have anything to do with those people. I generally report those people. But if you're a normal person, I'm quite happy to follow people on G Plus and interact. I'm helping a couple of people on there now. I mean, Yuli, I helped him get his part-time business builder business page up on Google Plus, and I've been helping him build an audience on G Plus because he asked me for my help. So, and that's what I'm doing. You know, so don't be afraid to ask for help, guys. It's okay. You know, don't think that, you know, oh, you know, Robbie's way up there. I don't want him to see my page because I'm new and he might think it's, you know, unprofessional or amateurish and be embarrassing. Oh, Sandra's got, you know, shitloads of people following her. I don't want her to think. Don't ever think like that. You know, just post your link. Set up at least your Facebook and your G Plus. If you're not into Facebook and you're more into Twitter, set up your Twitter and your G+. If you're into video marketing, you know, set up your YouTube channel for sure and your G+ page, because, you know, anyone who comments on a video on G+, that comment is registered with YouTube, and it's the vice versa. If I'm watching a video on YouTube and I comment on that video because I have YouTube hooked up to G+, what happens is that video and that comment shares on my page, and it says, you know, Sandra commented on this video, and it shares publicly on my page.
Unless you untick it.
So, you know, other people, unless I untick it, yeah. So other people can view, you know, the videos that I'm commenting on.
So that it also gets you thinking when you're posting a comment, make it something that's relevant and will actually catch people's attention on Google.
Yeah. It's called networking.
Yeah.
Get yourself out there. And people love to be noticed, guys. I mean, you know, on Google Plus especially, if you adding people to your circle, and then you come back the next day and, you know, you have the alert and it says such and such has added you back. Click on your little alerts because you don't even have to go to Google Plus. You know, if you in Google Chrome and you have it set up properly, your little alerts will come up. You click on that little alert thing and a drop-down box will come, and I can click on the alerts. So from there, you know, if I've added somebody and then they've added me back, it'll alert me, and I click on that alert right there in that box without even having to go to Google Plus. I can actually say hello because it says say hello. You click on that and it will have their name, it will tag them, it will have their name and it will say what's up. You can delete that what's up. I generally delete that, you know, what's up because it says hello such and such, what's up. I delete the what's up and I thank them for connecting with me. And I wish them a happy day, a good day, or, you know, have a great week, have a great evening. That's interaction. And people like that. It really does make them feel good. Just like it will make you feel good when people, you know, notice you. So does that answer everyone's question on that? Is there anything I forgot to cover?
Hey Sandra, it's Marie. How's it going? Robbie
Hey,
and
Marie.
everybody as well. Hi guys.
Hi, Marie.
A bit croaky. Lovely.
Yeah,
You got
no, I have to speak. I've just been vomited on, and I don't know if any of you have been vomited on recently or in your lifetime, but it is not fun. So I've just been logged in, but I've been muted because, I got it all over my hair, Sandra. Oh, my God. But anyway.
Oh, no, you'll need to wash it out.
Oh, and it's freezing cold. I don't particularly want to be washing my hair this late at night, but I guess I'll have to. But I've just put Bub back down, and I've just got to be a little bit more quiet than usual. But can everybody hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you can whisper. We can hear you.
Well, again, sorry I'm late, but, you know, if there's anything, is there anything I can do to help? I heard the word pornography. And I thought to myself, oh, that's it. Bub, you're gonna have to come back down. I put him right down and came straight to the computer, but it looks like I missed that conversation. But is there anything I can do to help anybody? Oh, that's my phone.
Oh, I thought it was me.
I told you, Kathleen.
I was just going to ask. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, it's Karen. Sorry. I was just going to ask about blogging because I didn't really know what it is, and I'm still a bit unsure. To me, it's just like, you know, writing a bit of a spiel sort of thing. But I thought that blogging was one of those strategies. And when I'm doing the modules, it wasn't one of the options to choose from, but there was the solo ads and the e-zine. So as far as I can tell, that's the closest one to it. And I just don't really understand if you're going to be blogging, is that something you do on the authority site?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And if you are going to do it,
yeah,
is it something you have to be doing? Like if I say, okay, that's what I'm going to do, you have to do that continually, or is it something that you can just do when you feel like you've got something to add to it? Like you don't have to do it religiously twice a week or whatever.
Look,
My view on that, Karen, is that this is my personal view. Everybody will have their own opinion about blogging strategy, but I guess I can only share what I've been doing. Blogging is something that you can monetize in two ways. One is directly and one is indirectly. If you want to monetize your blog by strategies like search engine optimization, that's something that you will have to learn. It's something that you'll implement in what you're writing in your blog, right? And that's a strategy all on its own. And I personally don't implement search engine optimization. I could monetize my blog a lot more if I did, but I find that stuff really just hard to learn, and that's my problem, you know what I mean? But I do monetize my blog in a different way, and my focus when I write a blog is not so much that I have to do it every day, because I know that that's just not possible with my schedule, but it is important to be very consistent. That's my view. If you're going to do it once a week, you have to do it once a week. If you're going to do it once a month, that's okay, but you've got to do it once a month, because what you're doing is you're giving your prospective people that you're going to attract to you something to expect from you, and it demonstrates your consistency, that you're not just some flash in the pan. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So there are some people who blog daily, and that has its benefits, obviously, but if you know you can't blog daily, it's best practice, but if you know that you can't, pick a frequency and stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I suggest is, I know that that might seem a little bit overwhelming at this stage in your journey. It's like, oh my God, what am I going to write about, right? But this is where, and this is something that I'm going to have a more personal discussion with you about. This is where it's important that you define your target market. Because once you've defined your target market, audience, if you define the person that you're trying to help, then what you can literally do is take 1 hour to sit down in quiet and peace and quiet to focus on topics that these people may be struggling with in their life. If you write up 26 topics, that's a fortnightly blog post consistently for 6 months. If you write down 56 topics in that 1 hour, just literally think about, okay, what is, let's say for example that your target audience is me, someone like me. What does a person like Marie struggle with in her life? Well, as for one thing, I might struggle with time management where I've got 2 young kids at home here with me. Do you know what I mean? So if you sit down for 1 hour and write down not the blog posts but just the topics, then you know that you've got a really clear direction moving forward. And you can literally put it in a calendar as well. You can say, all right, okay, this week on Monday, every single Monday, I'm going to put out a blog post. This Monday, I'm writing about this. Next Monday, I'm writing about that. Next Monday after that, I'm writing about this. And you can just target to write even just 1 blog post a week, as long as it's consistent. If you write down all those topics, then you're covered for the next 6 months or 12 months in terms of topics. But that's my take. That,
that's good.
There's a whole lot of strategy.
So if I decided, no, I'm not going to do that right now because I'm not really sure how to go about it, and I still have my page open, you just have things on there like the most recent updates or videos or whatever we are given to share.
Okay, yeah. That is up to you. But ideally, and this is something that I was actually going to talk to you about anyway, once you were ready, I think that you should definitely do, and I don't call it blogging, I call it, providing value through information. Because it doesn't have to be you writing it, as long as you can actually do what's called curation, which means that you actually post somebody else's content on your website by giving them the credits and doing it properly. As long as you're giving value.
Yeah.
You know what? Like you don't have to write every single blog post. You can actually find a good blog post or a good article on, on someone else's blog, and curate that content and post that on your site.
Mm. No, it's good
but
to hear you.
I recommend for anybody new that they consider content, providing content. So let's not call it blogging. But just posting content on your website so that you start building that credibility, you start building authority, and when people come and look you up, if you're marketing SFM, just as an example, people will look you up on Google because they don't want to be scammed. I don't know about you, but for me, if I ever hear about a product, like even on TV, if I see a commercial on TV about something interesting, like a Thermomix, for example, that's something I was recently considering. I have to look it up first online, and don't think that they won't do that about you. They will look you up.
Yeah, I did that
just
about
to see
you.
that you're legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I could add anything to that, Marie, because Marie's right, you do need your authority site, you do need some content on there, and it's not only because you're adding value. And blog, if the word blog is confusing, this is just for anyone new, if the word blog is confusing you, think of it this way: short story writing, article writing, and you know, if the word blog confuses you, what people are talking about a blog, you know, you need to have a blog as part of your strategy. And I believe that every business person, whether they be SSM or even a brick and mortar business, I believe every business needs to have a blog, you know, where somebody is consistently adding content geared around the topic and the message of that business. So, and I mean, I'm sure Marie can help you work out who your target audience is going to be and what sort of message you want to convey. That will make it easier for you to write articles or short stories, so to speak, and put them on your blog. You don't have to do it every day, but try and at least get something on there once a week, even if it's just 300 words or 200 words. Try and get something there at least once a week, because it's not only are you helping to provide solutions to people who have problems, you're also letting the search engines know that this website is owned by a real person and not a robot. And that is the most valuable form of SEO that you can have on any website, is for you to be recognized as a real person behind your website rather than a fully automated robot. So yeah, if blogging is scary or confusing, people think of it as, you know, writing an article or writing a short story. You know, and this all comes down to the direction that you want your website to go in. You know, do you want to, you know, who is your target audience? You know, who are the people you're trying to help? What, you know, what problems are you trying to help them solve? So, you know, you'll need to think about that when you're setting up the website straight off the bat. These are questions you need to ask yourself straight off the bat. Because, you know, then the blogs that you do will be kept in that topic, so you're not going off topic and you're not heckly-peckly all over the place, you know, sending out mixed messages. So that, you know, that particular website, you know, you may have a website that's geared towards stay-at-home mums, so you'll think about the, you know, the problems that they may have and the solutions that you possibly have for them. So you'll gear that website around, you know, providing solutions for those problems. And that's what your articles will be about.
Just to add to that, I just want to give a perfect example. Have you guys visited Sandra's blog? Because I'm assuming that you might, well, you might or might not have, but the bottom line is this. With an authority site or with a blog, I think something that's really important is that there needs to be a very clear purpose for that blog. And when someone visits your blog, it takes them 3 seconds to judge it, whether they'll stay on and start looking through it and look through the content, etc. If it's not clear what that purpose of that blog is, then they're probably going to leave and you'll lose that person. So when you're setting up your blog, and this just continues on from what Sandra is saying, the content that you put on there must be consistent with the purpose of that blog. It needs to be absolutely clear, straight up, what kind of content is on there from the look of the blog, from the feel of the blog, and from the content that's on there. So this is why, again, choosing a specific target audience is critical, not just with blogging, but in marketing in general. Because if you're not specific, then you won't really know who you're providing this content for, and it's all over the shop. And if it's inconsistent, if you've not got congruency across, you know, your blog and your marketing and all that, then it's going to cause problems. It's going to cause it's just going to confuse people. So set out the tone and set out the purpose for the blog. By doing that, it's easier for you to decide what content to put on there.
Yeah. Have a message. Your site needs to have a message.
The reason why I bring up yours, Sandra, is because when I go in there, I know, like the one-stop aloe shop, I know that you're passionate about what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just clear. I know exactly what that side is.
Aloe.
Yeah.
Yeah, about aloe vera.
But I'm saying you're not talking about, you know, shake. Oh, well, not shakes, but you're not talking about. My God, it's sort of hard to think of an example when you're thinking about it on the spot. But you're not going out talking about
Exercise. I'm not talking about going to a gym and exercising and running 9
Or you're not
miles
talking about thermomixes. You know, you're not talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's clear.
Health, aloe.
It's aloe. That's what it is. You're passionate about aloe.
Aloe.
You're not talking about protein shakes and. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's geared more around health. It's geared that particular site that Robbie's got up there. As you can see, it's geared around lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, and it's to do with aloe vera. You know, it's in my heading, it's in my URL, it's even in the products that I talk about. This particular product,
the image,
blog that I put up.
the images.
Yeah, it's based on aloe vera. You know, even down the side there, my RSS feed, you know, as you can see, the picture there on Facebook, it's all about aloe and the benefits.
Are you there?
To be very clear, remember that when a person visits your site, they're not doing it as a favor to you. They're doing it for them. So it's all about what's in it for them.
Yeah.
So everything that's on your authority site needs to be focused on the reader, not so much about you. I mean, obviously it is going to be about you portraying your message, portraying your passion, but at the end of the day, you're doing all that for them because they're not going to care about you. They care about what's in it for them when they visit your site.
Yeah, they're looking for a solution to their problems. Yeah. When people come to blogs, I mean, I read blogs all the time. I don't know about you, Marie, but when I have 5 seconds to myself, if I need assistance with, you know, a problem that I'm having, whether it be, you know, within WordPress or, you know, something on the internet, you know, if I don't understand, I'll go and try and find a blog that will explain it to me. I look for a solution in blog sites because you can find so much. I mean, even with my internet connection, I was having a problem there. I couldn't even get on these calls for a while. I went and I specifically searched for blogs that talked about internet connections, and it taught me all about routers and, you know, boxes and boosters and satellites and all sorts of things. And here's Marie's blog. You know, Marie's is very consistent and concise. Her message is the same. As what her marketing is, you know, she's got her target market. Her blogs will be based around her target market. Her website is all based around her target market, and that's pretty much what we're saying. You know, and Marie's right. You know, you can't come up with an article yourself. You can curate an article, and there's no harm. I mean, there's no shame. I've seen Stuart Ross do it on his website, on his blog site. I've actually seen him curate and share another person's blog with a like one paragraph message as to why he was sharing that to his reader base. So,
yeah, because
you know,
the reader,
you don't have
again, will look at that and they'll think, wow, you know, this person isn't just all about them. It's truly about providing value through that site. And if they trust the site, if they think, shit, you know what, this website has pretty good stuff in it, it just builds on your credibility, that it's not just that you're trying to sell yourself. You're literally, it doesn't matter who the information comes from. If it provides value to that person, you're going to post it. As long as you do it properly, you've just got to make sure that there is a process and there are requirements involved in curating. And Karen, if you know, when you get to that stage when you're ready to look at curation, I'm more than happy to go through those rules and, you know, the proper way to curate. But it's just, yeah, you can put infographics on there. If you literally can't, I mean, it's probably not good for SEO, but if you can't think of what to write, you could create a little infographic. Again, it's just to always, for me, it's to provide value consistently.
And don't forget, we also have digital writer. Is it, Marie, is it called digital writer in our back office there in the DVL?
Let me check. I think
it's digital writer. If you can't come up with something yourself, make sure you can, if you have a subject heading and an idea, a basic idea, you can submit it to digital writer. Yes, it will cost you a little bit of money. Starts out at about $10, and you can get a blog already written for you. And digital writer is the one that Stuart suggests for people who are trying to put content on their SFM site, because they are more understanding it and they know the whole philosophy behind the SFM. So, there's places like that. Then there's places like Fiverr. You can go to Fiverr and find people who, that's all they do. They write blog posts for people. Or, there's another thing you could do. Pair up with another SFM member and get them to do a guest blog for you. Or you might have a friend
that's
who's
a good
really
idea.
great writer. Yeah. Pair up with another SFM member, get them to do a guest blog on your website.
If you look at places like the Huffington Post and Mashable and all those huge, massive sites, it's not written by one person.
But
anyway, Karen, I'm more than happy to sort of work with you closely about that, if that's something that you want to chat about at some stage when you're ready.
Yeah, I just sent you a message. I'll send you an email when I'm ready to do that, Marie. I'll send you a message, an email.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll have a chat over Skype or something. I'll have a lot of questions ready to ask you.
Sure. No worries.
Thanks.
Is there anything else that we can help with?
I just
Who's on
posted
tonight?
a link to all your videos under business plan. I created a playlist, Marie.
Pardon, Robbie? What was that?
I said I've just posted a link to a playlist with all your business planning videos in the chat box.
Oh, yes. Okay. Awesome. I'm still working on the checklist, guys. Sorry, if I haven't actually, did I announce it? I don't even know if I did announce it, but I'm working through a whole bunch of things to put something together for people who are new or people who want to go into some sort of library, just for us in the Downunder Mastermind group.
Yeah. And
in that, there's going to be a checklist of things to set up as soon as you finish your 5th module, like a checklist of things to set up in order for you to have, a good enough presence to promote, I suppose. So, things like what to make sure your authority site has in terms of where your opt-in boxes need to be and calls to action and what needs to be in your About Me page, or the important things that need to be in the About Me page, just some guidance around that. And then setting up a Facebook page and optimizing that page, making sure that it's got, everything on that page is optimized so that if you do get any likes and things like that, you've got the best chances of gaining a real fan as opposed to just a like, and a whole bunch of other things. So I'm working on that. Bear with me as I do all that, but that will be ready ASAP for everybody.
Cool.
And yeah, it'll include, Robbie, all those business planning sheets. I'm updating them. I think that they're a little bit, they're a little bit targeted at people who are kind of struggling but are already in the middle of their journey, or not the middle, but sort of into their journey already, whereas I want to make them so that they're actually useful to people who are just getting started.
All right. But they're still better than nothing at the moment.
Good idea, Marie.
Yeah, and I'm got to get some new videos done as well. Oh my God, I've got so much to do. But how's everyone been this week?
Can I just answer Adam's question? He wanted to know, Adam, did you watch the video that Stuart posted in the Downunder group about the video challenge and what he was going to do with that? Have you watched that yet? You there, Adam?
I'll unmute him.
He's written yes.
He's written yes, okay. All right, yeah, okay.
He said that there was he said the video challenge was helping us to understand what the videos are for, how to use them as marketing. I was just wondering if there was a group that he was setting up to join with more information.
The 90-day video challenge is the group that you want to join.
Is that his 90-day video challenge, or is it Shree's?
I think it's
the one that Sri set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one that Sri Srinivas set up, and that's the group that he's talking about in the video, is Srinivas's 90-day video challenge group. And just another little bit of information for anyone who's not quite sure, Srinivas used to have that group public, but he has now made it private because he felt that a lot of newbies weren't posting their videos in there because they were worried that, you know, the whole world was going to see them on Facebook. So he's made the group private. It's a private group now, so you'll need to request to join the group. He will clear you, and you can post your videos in there comfortably, and the only people who will see your videos will be other SFM members who are also taking up the 90-day challenge. So, yeah, but, yeah, Srinivas's group, Adam, that's the one you need to join and follow.
I think I already have joined it.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that's where Stuart's going to post everything. And watch out for a bit from me, Adam, because I'm about to post something in that group as well that will really help if you're thinking about the video challenge.
Thanks, Marie.
No worries.
Well, guys, it's me again. I had a question before.
Yep.
Sorry, I just asked a little question a while back in the chat box about the website, just going back kind of on what Robbie was talking about at the beginning. If I want to make changes and things to it, but behind the scenes, slowly, is it, and including like a new theme, rather than change the existing theme over, can I build an actual brand new site, you know, in the background slowly without affecting my current one?
You'll need a new...
That's a really good question. I really want to know the answer to that too.
Okay, well, you can have another domain, a subdomain, to do that. But as for building it on the one domain, I'm not sure if you'll be able to do that.
Or the other option is to set up a new domain and build it on there, and then when you've got it all set up and ready, you can actually copy it and then just transfer it onto your existing domain, so change everything at once, like doing a backup. Like doing a backup and then installing the backup on your domain that's already going.
I was going to say that because I didn't want to buy a subdomain. So if I have just another domain I've bought for whatever else, I can set it up and then transfer it over to Neen Lloyd when it's ready to rock and roll.
Correct.
Yay! Cool. Awesome.
And there's a recovery program that you can actually do that and it just backs up everything, and then it will download it onto the new site, onto your old site. Yeah, whatever.
The correct site.
Yeah.
So yeah, in your tools
like
section,
this.
if you have a look in tools in your admin section there, if you have a look in tools, there's a WordPress, and there's a little WordPress tool that is export and import. You can export everything off your site to a file on your computer, and then you can upload it to a completely new WordPress site with import, and you choose that file out. You've saved it in documents or whatever. You choose that file, and it will upload that information that you've downloaded onto your computer.
Oh, great.
The only thing you've got to understand, okay, and I will stress this for everyone because I have seen a few people forget about this and they make this mistake. If you are choosing another theme, you must remember that the stuff you are downloading will download formatted to the theme that it was designed on. So when you upload it to a completely new theme, it may look slightly different. So what you may want to do is, if you have chosen another theme within WordPress, you may want to preview it. So, like if say you have site A over here, and you're building site B, which is going to have, which you want to transfer site A to, or you're building site B with information that you want to transfer to site A, but site B has a different theme. What you need to do is go to site A, choose the same theme that you've got on like don't pick it, like don't select it, but know the theme that you're running on site B, go to site A and go find that theme in the theme section and preview. So you know what it's going to look like in the new theme. Because sometimes when you change themes altogether, because of the formatting and stuff, it can look slightly off. So you may have to make some adjustments. But if you don't have another domain name, you can virtually build a whole new website on the same domain name that you have. If you don't like the website that you've got, you can virtually build a whole new website with pages and stuff. You just don't publish them.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, and but I wanted to change the whole sort of look and feel and what have you, because that actually leads me to another question. When you're talking, like Marie and yourself were talking about, having authority and people look you up and things like that. If you know or feel that you're just not comfortable with what's there at the moment. Oh, what was that?
Sorry, that was me.
That's a bit interesting.
That was interesting.
It's my phone.
Do you I just don't have a good feeling with my website at all, you see, and I feel like I don't even want people to see it. So I feel like I don't want to have any amount of people I do have on my list to have the capacity to even look at it at the moment. So I almost want to take it down, and I just would like to hear your thoughts on that.
Neen, I think that your site is fine.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, Marie.
Here's the thing.
I've been to Neen's site, and it is a really good site. Sometimes you think that it's not good enough. Yeah, I like it. The thing is that we're always really critical about our own work and our own stuff. And I guess in that situation, when you're feeling that way, not to say don't listen to yourself, but just remember that everybody, including every single one of us, tends to be more critical about our own stuff than other people. So in that situation, ask other people. And when I was talking about authority and all that stuff, I'm saying just don't have a dodgy looking site. It doesn't need to be any particular color. It doesn't need to be any there's no right and wrong as to how your site needs to look, because everyone will have a different opinion about the look of your site. Some people will like it and some people will not. Yeah.
And that's just, whether or not you're comfortable with the way it looks, not everyone is going to love it anyway. I think that as long as you have a decent site. And what you're trying to avoid is people looking at it thinking this woman is completely scammy. I don't want to deal with her.
Yeah, full of it.
As long as you have...
what Marie means by that is, I don't, a lot of you new people wouldn't have come across this. She's not saying you have to have the most professional looking website out there. That's not what Marie's saying. What she's saying by looking scammy and stuff like that is there's a lot of websites out there, there's a lot of guys out there who use black hat tactics and stuff like that. They have one main site and then they have a gazillion, they'll have, 130 subdomain sites which are one pages, and those pages are just filled with ads and links that lead, through all the 130 pages back to their main site. But, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be the flashiest website out there, as long as it's a website that's offering value. But yeah, that's what Marie means by scammy-looking sites. There's a couple of real scammy-looking sites out there. You'll know them when you come across them because they're generally just one pages, maybe 2 pages, and they're just filled with advertising, broken links that lead nowhere, 404 errors. They're just atrocious, absolutely atrocious. You'll know them if you ever land on one. You'll just know it from the get-go.
But yours is definitely not one of those sites, Neen. Yours is actually quite nice.
I know. No, I know that. It's, yeah. Go to my About Me, and it's just, I just think it looks so amateurish. That's all.
That's what you
right now.
It's me.
Yeah. But that's what you think, Neen. You're being. We are our own worst critics. Now, I didn't have the choice when I set up One Stop Aloe Shop. I didn't have the choice to put as much thought into my website as what you've put into your site here. Okay, your site's 10 times more professional than mine. When I originally set up One Stop Aloe Shop, it was a free website on WordPress. It was WordPress.com /onestopaloeshop.com. One Stop Aloe Shop / It was free. It was a free theme. It was a free site that I built inside the WordPress platform, the free platform. And I didn't even have the domain. And then I bought the domain. And DBL had come out, and I put the domain into DBL. Well, because I had so much content on that free WordPress site, I had a look in the DBL, and I wanted to use a very similar theme to what I was using on WordPress because I had so much information to transfer across. I didn't want it to be out of whack. So I found the same theme on the DBL. I chose that theme, and I just did the standard WordPress download and upload, export, import. And I mean, that thing, you see my One Stop Aloe Shop site, very, very basic. It's very basic. There's nothing flash about it. Light olive green background, couple of pages there, not professional flash at all. But you would be surprised at what a success I had with that website. Because the people that, I target with that website, who come to that website, couldn't give a flying iota that my website doesn't have flashing banners and, all the authority in the world on it, All they care about is I'm solving problems that they have. I'm showing them ways that they can help, assist their health, their nutrition. I'm answering questions for them, and that's all they care about.
Exactly. And you know what, Sandra? That's what's building your authority. The fact that you know your stuff. When you go into Sandra's thing, you know that she knows her aloe. And that's all you need to portray. Neen, I'm just looking at your About Me now. I really love it. I don't know what you're on about.
I'll agree with you there, Marie. I love her site. I think it's fantastic.
I'll tell you. It's not the content. It's more how it looks. So I just feel like, you know, the photos chucked in there are just a bit hodgy-podgy and all of that kind of thing. That's all. It's not so much the and my welcome page, I'm selling on the welcome page, and I learned, you know, not that long ago not to sell on the welcome page. So it's not, I am happy with it is because it is me, and I feel like I portray that 100%. It's just different things that I just want to fix, that's all. So I know I'm being extra picky, and yeah, okay, I'll shut up now.
Hey, no, that's fine. You can easily tidy that up, you know, if you don't like the pictures that are hickly-pickly, you know, if you want it moved to the left, just go in there and you know, for the time being, like if you want to tidy up that About Me page, if there's a couple of things you want to do to that About Me page, just go to Edit, and up in the top right-hand box you can make it unviewable, like you can make it private so the public can't see it while you're fixing it up a bit. And you can swap out the pictures, you can move them to the left, you can move them to the right, you can edit the pictures, make them bigger, make them smaller.
Yeah, I know that. It's just doing it, that's all. It's just doing it. I know that.
You don't need to really change the domain name.
Oh, no, I don't want to change the domain name or anything. I just, yeah, and I just like the black and everything. That's what I was saying. I just want to do it in the background when I can, because that's the thing. I'm not... If I go on there and try and do it, I get stuck doing it, and then I don't do anything else. So even if I allow whatever amount of time, if that makes sense. So that's all.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing. It's better to be more focused on your authority site and, you know, getting your content on there and getting your pages right than it is to be socializing on Facebook. You're actually being more productive on your website than, you know, sitting there. Yeah, having a whinge about the dog eating your toilet paper or something like that on Facebook, you know. So don't ever feel bad about being productive on your actual website. Don't ever.
It's more that I'm doing that on my website and not cooking dinner or something. That's what I mean, or doing my washing, or you should see my house, people. My God.
You're not alone. I mean, you see my house, but. I do understand where you're coming from, Neen. I think what you're trying to say is that you don't think that this reflects you.
I think it reflects me, but I don't. Well, the colours I don't, but that's nothing. I just want to be a little bit more, I'm not professional, but I want to be me, but I just want it to feel a bit different. I can't even say I'm not putting it up to do what I want to do.
It's going to be a work in progress for you, and that's okay. Right. I mean, I hate my site, to be honest with you. I'm doing a complete revamp of it because I don't like it. But it's just, you know, the way it looks at the moment, it's definitely not really me. But it's good as good enough. Yeah. You know what I mean? It does the job. People go into my site and they know that I'm for real, and I know that they know that I know what I'm talking about. And for now, aesthetically, yeah, it doesn't reflect who I am, but for now, yeah, good is good enough. And if you follow that rule, good is good enough, you can continue to work on it. You'll get there.
Yeah, no, I know that. It's all good. Thanks for putting it up, Robbie, not.
But hey, Neen, even with your site the way it is, with the content that's on it at the moment, you could go to the back end of that site. Like you could log into the back end of your dashboard, and you can have a look at the themes down below. You know, you may not like that theme, and you may think that there's another theme. Go scroll through the themes down below, and if you think that there's another theme that you feel reflects you better than that theme that you're using, click preview, and that will give you a preview of what it will look like on. And if you like it, select it.
Yeah. And
change the theme out.
Well, actually, on that, I've done that with a couple because I like some of the simple ones. And what's the deal? Like Foxy, for example, I think that's the only one I can remember. That when you do preview or even when you choose it, the Foxy business stays there. So the name of the theme is staying on the actual page. So there's Foxy, and I can't remember, there's sort of like white and orange ones. So the actual name of the theme, so you know how we've got the other ones that are 2014 and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
The Foxy, which is what is in the template, is actually coming up on my page, on my website, and it just doesn't disappear. And I was just like, what the hell?
I don't know. I haven't actually had a look at Foxy. It's not a theme that's actually...
He sounds like me, isn't it?
But are you talking about down the bottom of the theme? Is it staying on the website down the bottom?
No, the header.
Smack bang in the header. It could be a
couple of them, not just Foxy.
Could be a glitch in there because it'll preview with most of the information, really. If you select it, you may still have to do the odd thing like, you know, before you select a new theme, you may want to, like the header, right, your header, if you like your header, you may want to save that onto your computer in a picture file. I have website banners. I have a folder called website banners, and I save all my website banners in that particular folder. Save things like your website banners and different things like that. Save them into folders before you change a theme out. When you change that theme out, it's in the customization of that theme is where you're going to be able to get rid of that. So you'll have to actually physically select that theme.
Yeah, I did that. So I've had other trouble. Like I had with Simple Lead Capture as well on my desktop, but not on my laptop. So I might go in and see if it happens on my new laptop. Might just be something going on with my computer, but it's happened, and I've even selected it and changed it. And it's still come up. And I think there's two of them. I just can't remember off the top of my head the other one. I can just remember Foxy, and then there was another one. But anyway.
Now, do you know whether these themes are actual standalone themes, or are they child themes? Do they have another platform? Like the SFM theme, the platform is Genesis, and the child theme is Metro. A lot of people think they're two themes, but they're actually not two themes. Genesis and like the SFM installer web theme is not. It's not two themes. Genesis is the framework, and Metro is the actual child theme. And you know, Metro is the one that you play around with. You don't touch Genesis unless you know what you're doing, because it's the mother framework. And there are other, you know, there's other themes that go with Genesis. There's Pro Enterprise is another child theme that goes onto the Genesis framework as well. So there's another thing you need to understand. Is it a child theme or is it a standalone theme?
Okay, I'll have to go and dig through it and have a better look, because that just goes way over my head. Okay.
Because if it's a child theme, because my One Stop Bellows Shop site is a child theme, and when I first started using it, I couldn't get rid of the name of the freaking child theme out of the friggin' header. It took me forever. Like, it really did my head in.
Well, maybe that's... Yeah, so how did you do it? Maybe that's another conversation on another day.
I went to YouTube, and I typed in WordPress, and I typed in the name of my theme, and I found tutorial videos on YouTube. I found people who actually walked me through how to set it up.
That's what I did last week. I really am slow on the whole YouTube thing, so I've started doing that with the trouble I had last week with Outlook and everything. So yeah, I think I need to go that way, because I don't think of that, you know, initially at the front of mind. But yeah.
I never used to think of that either, but it's one of my first place stops now. If I need help with something, I go to YouTube and I type it in. That's how I found out about Genesis being the framework and Metro being the child theme, and knowing that, you know, Genesis also has, you know, Pro Enterprise themes and a million and one other things to go with it. So
cool. Thank you.
That's all right.
I gotta go, guys. I hope that you all have a good night. And if I can help anyone directly, please don't hesitate to just hit me up with a private message.
Cheers, Marie.
Okay. Thank you, Marie. Good night. Love you.
Love you guys. Thanks too. Bye.
Bye.
Good night, Marie. Bye.
And I think on that note, we'll call it a night.
Oh, sounds like a plan, Robbie.
Yeah, well, it's now midnight here.
Oh, pumpkin time.
Past midnight.